Hi guys, my name is Stefan Baumann and I'm a professional singer and music producer. And I would like to use this video as an opportunity to talk to you a little bit about my musical work and today's music industry. I've been asked a lot recently why I'm not releasing more music, and here's the answer to that question. Being a professional musician became quite a struggle, both financially and emotionally. I've been trying to make a living from music for about 10 years now, and with no doubt it's been a great journey with lots of adventures, and still making music costs me more money than it generates. So how did it come to this? Well, the way how music's being consumed these days, and also how the industry reacted to these trends, for instance by streaming music instead of selling records, just doesn't leave many options on how to sell music for a reasonable price anymore. Especially if you're not that much into popular music and do not have the opportunity to play concerts, that's when it gets super hard. So that is why musicians, among other artists, have to look for alternative ways of financing their artistic work. And since I haven't given up on my dreams quite yet, I decided to use a crowdfunding platform called Patreon to help me create more content with a little help from my friends. This way my fans can support me with a mini donation of their choice while getting music in return. But before I go deeper into explaining to you the details of my plan, I want to talk to you a little bit about today's music industry, especially the way it changed over the last decade. And hopefully you will understand after this why so many artists started to use crowdfunding in order to finance their artistic projects. But let me start at the beginning. Many years back, according to history, somewhere around 1880, Thomas Edison invented the phonograph, which was the first machine to record sound onto a physical storage device. Until that day, and thousands of years before, music was something unique. In order to listen to it, you had to go to a concert or play the music yourself. Also, music was something only wealthy people could afford to buy, and therefore occupied a very special position in society. But with the phonograph, everything changed. This pioneering invention not only brought music into your home, but also made it possible to record sound and store it onto a physical device from which you could also play it back at any time. Very soon after, in 1887, the phonograph was suspended by the gramophone, which uses vinyl to play the music from. Shortly after came the tape recorder, the CD player, and last and forevermore, your cell phone. And as you all know, these technological acquisitions opened a market worth billions, a market in which not only musicians could participate, but also sound carrier producers, printing houses, packaging companies, music studios, music labels and distributors, radio stations, CD stores, you name it. And then it happened. After 100 years of prosperity, digitalization not only gave us new and innovative opportunities to create, sell, promote and share music, it also kind of destroyed a whole industry.
And that's how it all went down. I promise.
For decades, people understood the worth of music because it was something they could touch, own and resell. But now, since music exists mainly as a digital product which easily can be shared and duplicated, it's not at all astonishing that people aren't aware of its original worth anymore. Please understand that I do not mean to judge or criticize. I am well aware that things change and there's hardly anything to prevent these changes from happening. But it's crucial for you to understand why artists struggle to succeed in the business. And the main reason why we still seem to fail at rebuilding an artist-friendly industry is because of the general awareness of the situation. It's the way people consume art, it's the way how society values art that crafted this insufficient industry. So let's have a quick look on how music's being consumed these days. According to recent surveys, the amount of music that's being consumed on a daily basis increased drastically in the last decade. The latest Edison research claims that an average American consumes up to 4 hours of music each day, while 2/3 of all subjects claim that they could never ever live without music. 82% of all YouTube visitors use it for music, and every third music consumer uses a music streaming service like Spotify or Apple Play. And here's quite a disturbing one. Over a third of the overall internet users repeatedly commit copyright infringement. And talking money, according to these researchers, people spend an average of $108 a year for music. That equals $9 a month, or about 30 cents a day. To show you that this is actually quite little, here's a comparison. The average of coffee drinking people spend up to $1,000 a year for coffee. Smokers spend even more than $1,500 a year. Having in mind that caffeine and nicotine aren't very good for your health, you pay quite a lot for it. I wish you could say the same about your music consume, and I guess I don't have to clarify that producing music costs a lot more than that. So what will be my recommendation on how to support artists best? I'm not saying you have to change the way you consume music, but if you have the chance to get music directly from the artist, it would help them a lot. This way you can make sure that the money spent actually ends up with the artists, and with music streaming, YouTube plays and illegal music downloads, it just doesn't. Now that brings us to my new project I was talking about at the beginning of this video. I'm planning on building up a subscription-based community via Patreon. And the way that it works is that people put in a monthly mini donation of their choice, helping to reimburse me for my musical work. Although the main content resulting from my projects will be open for everyone, you can get bonus features as a patron. This way you will support me directly and can also get personally involved in the projects that I'm about to realize. So in order to give you all the information you need, I created a profile on patreon.com. Just follow this link and see if contributing to my project could be just the right thing for you. And of course it's also allowed to watch my videos without contributing. I appreciate your visit anyways. So that's it. I hope that these words inspired you or at least made you question your consumer behavior. Please help to give music value again by supporting your favorite artist in any way you can, maybe even over Patreon. If crowdfunding concepts are the future of the music industry, it takes people who understand the problem, people who choose to support their favorite artists directly and deliberately, and it takes people who are willing to invest in something or someone they believe in. It needs people like you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you have questions or like to comment, please feel free to write them in the comment section down below. For more musical content on my behalf, please subscribe to one of my channels. You'll find them in the info text among all my social media links. And if you like what I do and if you like to see more of it, please consider supporting me with a monthly payment via Patreon. Your help is very much appreciated. So that's it for today. Lots of stuff is coming soon and I hope to see you then. Bye.